The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. The Rap Roundtable is back on deck. It's your boy Jov here alongside Cenat, the Rap Snob. No Macito. You just got the two of us, the two angry ends of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Usually on the same side, but sometimes we are opposed. I don't know how it works, but it makes sense.
The grumpy old men.
Facts.
You know what I mean? On the
Hit
porch.
the like button, hit the
Your
subscribe
motherfuckers off.
option. Facts. I'm graduating there day by day, so it's kind of. I didn't think this day would come so soon, but I'm tired of everything and everyone. You know what I mean? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe option. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Of course, we need 500 likes on each and every video. Shout out Dre7. Shout out Illosophical with the dub, the super chat off the rib. Much love to Illosophical. Ted Hill in the building. Elation from Lanes, Derek Matthews, George Jones, Anthony Bennett, T Mac. What's the word? Alakazam. Never seen that name before. Jermaine O. Johnson. What's the word? What's good? Everyone. Just to let y'all know off the rib, of course, episode 133 is coming this Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. It was a good one. Great vibes to that episode. Whole gang on deck. On top of that, great interview. We had David James in the building, another one of the artists in the New York City underground. Again, like our mission for y'all, our mission statement is to make y'all aware of the underground scene in New York as much as possible, so that when y'all ask questions about what's going on in New York, well, you can tune into the Rap Roundtable and get just a bit of an idea of what's going on in New York. We might even get a drill artist up here one day, just so they don't scream bias for that. So we can show y'all the entire New York City landscape. Sincere, what's the word, man?
Chilling, man, chilling. You know, ready to get this pot on, man.
That's a fact.
Actually, before we start, I'd be remiss if I didn't pay utmost respect to the late Assata Shakur.
Oh yes, thank you for that, Sin.
Assata Shakur, you know what I mean? We gotta represent for the activist, revolutionary Black Panther, who fought for freedom. Just freedom fighter to the core. And gave up her whole life here in the U.S. to go live in Cuba in freedom, and died free like she's supposed to. You know what I mean? I'm not. This isn't the political roundtable. I'm not going to get into the whole story of it. You know what I mean? But gotta pay respects to Assata Shakur for sure, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for making sure that I got done, because that slipped my mind. It's in fact since Friday I've been meaning to, but it just keeps slipping. You get to talking and you just forget to get certain things done. Shout out to Sim for that. Absolutely, rest in peace.
Yes,
a lot of people just look at her as Tupac's mom and don't understand that she was in fact revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? Oh, was Godmother?
Godmother.
I thought it was his mom's.
Afeni is
His whole weekend I thought his mom's died, bro.
Nah.
No, that just
yeah,
bro,
man.
Bro, I'm telling people like who don't even listen to rap, like his mom's died, right? I'm at work, I'm telling people his mom is dead, and I'm a jackass.
Yes.
Damn.
Nah, Assata Shakur.
God, I got egg on my face. I can't go to.
Yeah, man.
Now I can't go back to the water cooler. It's all good though.
Yeah, no, the story goes they rushed the spot. You know what I mean? With the Black Panthers, they killed several of them. They shot her. Then they claimed that she killed one of the officers, which the reports, the medical reports, pretty much show that that was a bullshit story.
Hashtag
they, you know how they do. And but she did a lot of years in jail. You know what I mean? She did a lot of years in the hole, in solitary. Crazy. They was trying to she got pregnant, and then they was trying to not feed her so that she could lose a seat. It was wild, fucking wild shit, bro. But one way or another, she was able to escape. She escaped to Cuba. She lived out the rest of her life free as a bird in Cuba. You love to see it, you know what I mean? And they, the U.S. kept, they put her on the FBI terrorist list, the most wanted list. They put crazy bounties on her head. With each presidency, you know what I mean? It felt like they kept putting more and more and more money on her head. She got to live her entire life in Cuba free as a bird. Love to see it, man.
Yes, shout out to everybody frying me up in the chat. Well deserved. But again, for those who've been watching from day one, y'all know when it comes to Tupac, that's not my wheelhouse. I'm not the Tupac guy. I know what his position is in rap, but when it comes to the details, you gotta talk to Mace about that one. That is not my wheelhouse. I won't slander him.
But Fenny is also she had also passed away like some time ago.
That's not even in my frontal lobe, bro. I'm gonna come, but it's like that's Mesito's bag. But I'm not Funk Flex. You won't hear me on here wilding up, but Tupac is not my wheelhouse. I got my reasons. If you want to know why, go back and watch some of the older episodes. But I got my reasons, goddamn it. But I do apologize for the bad intel at the end of the day. K-Way, shake your head. It's all right. It's all right. We all got our reasons. He's still a top 3, top 2, or top 1er. I won't take that away, but I got my reasons. Anyways, to say the rap star.
Yes.
Throughout the past week, I get to scrolling on my internet, and I see ticket maps posted on my timeline, and they're telling me that your second or first favorite, depending on the hour, I don't know anymore, Kendrick Lamar, is struggling.
What you mean?
I don't know. It depends. You know what I mean? Some days he's your favorite. Some days it's Nas. I don't know.
Nah, man. It's Nas and Kendrick. You know what I mean? That's pretty solid. It's pretty solidified.
But what I'm saying is some days Nas is one. Some days Kendrick is one. You know that's how
it's 1 and 1.5.
All right, fair enough. So somebody got to be one. But anyway, I see the map and they telling me he's struggling to sell tickets in Mexico. Then a couple of days later, I go on my internet again. And I see a full venue of people. I'm talking about like standing room only.
Listen.
So I'm a little confused as to where did this story come from that he was struggling to sell tickets in Mexico. Then I see a packed out venue. Then I realize that it was the OVO gang once again pushing an odd rhetoric. At this point, very desperate for any type of slander that comes Kenny's way, even if it's make-believe. What the hell's going on, man?
Shit. Same old. You know what I mean? Same MO as usual. The OVO side of things can't wrap their head around the fact that it's been almost a year and a half now. Their boy lost. Kendrick continues to strive. He continues to stack the W's, not just here in the States, but over, down below the border in Mexico as well. And for whatever reason, they tried to push this story the same way they tried to push it with his show in Houston, talking about the showing empty maps of seating, saying it's a very small percentage of seats that had been that have actually been sold. The amount of energy that they have for taking screenshots of concert seating and maps and creating all of these stories. Listen, you should put all that energy into getting the streams back up for your boy because he's struggling out here. Focus your energy towards things that would benefit your side more than making up these stories that at some point are going to be proven false. Like that's the part that I don't understand is like you're going through all this trouble to come up with all these narratives. At the point at which the show takes place, people are going to come out for Kendrick. You know what I mean? Maybe closer because I've seen it and I've copped tickets for the low like when the show was approaching. I don't know. Maybe the week of the show, there was some lower ticket prices. Maybe people came out in droves like late in the game. But one way or another, we have not seen an empty house or even a halfway empty house or even a quarter-way empty house for Kendrick since this whole tour started. And they keep holding out hope that there's going to be like this huge embarrassing moment for Kendrick. And, he's in Mexico now. He's not in the States. Mexico ain't the same. Like, he's not that popular internationally and yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, the day of the show comes and guess what? That shit was packed in a motherfucker. Like, I have not seen and I don't even know what stadium that was. I don't know how many seats it holds, but that shit looked like an entire city of people, all in one spot, all for Kendrick Lamar. And he keeps winning, and I don't know why they keep trying to. Again, focus your energy somewhere else, man. Stop trying to make it look like Kendrick is losing when it's so clear that he's not. He just keeps stacking more W's. He just keeps selling out more shows. You know what I mean? He just keeps, getting more of the culture in the palm of his hand. Your man is struggling. Go support him. You know what I mean? Get his streams up. You know what I mean? Buy some bots for the boy.
The venue,
something.
The venue in Mexico, it looked like a soccer match, bro. And then some of the clips I'm seeing MFers jumping up and down, like going completely bananas. I'm like, well, first of all, my claustrophobia immediately kicked in. I'm like, I don't know how I would have made out in that venue. I'd have went crazy. Like, yo, you too close. You know what I mean? But it's like, what are we doing, guys? Again, I thought that we were done with this. Like that, like especially the last, I would say 3 weeks. It sure seemed like Drake was in album mode, and a lot of the talking points was about this Iceman thing, his little streaming series. What's that? What's the music is gonna sound like coming out of that? And we really get an idea of how whack this album is gonna be. Before that, it was what was that phrase called again? Boycott. The boycott thingy. Yeah. We're gonna ignore Drake. We had so many different. I thought we had moved on. Kenny was quiet before the Mexico show, doing his thing, being great. I think the last real notable thing he had done before was popping out for the Clipse. We having our album of the year conversations. Rap had moved on. So like to see these maps and everything popping out, Academics himself promoting that the show was struggling, the talking point that without SZA he can't do anything. I'm like, how do we end up back here, Sam?
Yeah, and thank you for reminding me of that, because that's the other narrative. While the GNX tour was doing its rounds, that everybody was coming out for SZA, or that Kendrick wouldn't be able to draw this many people out by himself. He had to have a SZA by his side to sell out all these stadiums. Fast forward, the Mexico show, which thank you for a couple people in the chat, CEO and down in Dixie. Apparently, that particular stadium held 65,000, 65,000 seats. Crazy. Sold the fuck out. You know what I mean? And that show was without SZA. That particular show in Mexico, 65,000 sold out, whole place going insane. Kendrick Fadolo by himself up on that stage. You know what I mean? No SZA. You know what I mean? Nobody else. That's it.
Bro, immaculate. Shout out KMC. It's a square table tonight. Damn right. You know what I mean? It's just you know what I mean? We don't need the whole table apparently today. It's just really sad to me that I've never seen a fan base who, if you let them tell it, they make all the sense. They're the tastemakers. They're the cool guys. Go out like a bunch, like they're really a cockroach, bro. And like the big ones you see in the train stations, you gotta hit these niggas mad times. Like, yo, like, bro, just celebrate your guy's music. If y'all focus on your guy and his music, and instead of arguing with strangers on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and whatever, TikTok and whatever else y'all argue about music at, just why don't y'all tell your mans to put out better music? Sin talking about support with streams. I'm saying to go tell him, yo, this shit whack. Shout out Cenat. At least he said it. He an OVOer. He came out. He was like, yo, I can't support this. It's not good. But put your energy towards that. At least when Kendrick fans, when Mr. Morale came out and it kind of split the table, you had some hardcore Kendrick fans that loved it. You had some hardcore Kendrick fans that was like, it's solid. But there was a conversation piece to where, yo, Kendrick went in the lab and he cooked something up. He didn't give us Mr. Morale twice. When there was conversations about To Pimp a Butterfly, he gave you Damn. Like, he's always got his ears open. All these artists listen to their fans. So stop focusing on the ops or the pretend ops and tell your man to make some better music, for fuck's sake.
Well, I think the other part of this is that I think that side of things is realizing that this whole rollout is not shaping up to what they thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? This whole Iceman thing, that shit is like fizzling out. That shit done fizzled out like crazy. Like there's not even there's no energy around it anymore. There's no hype about it. There's no like, oh, I wonder what episode 4 is gonna be like. There's not even like any rumors of like the next the next Iceman drop. You know what I mean? There's nothing. Like it's radio silent on that front. And so
every time
like it feels to me like they were willing to move past all the narratives and rhetoric and the focusing on the Kendrick side of things when they thought, oh, I bet Drake is coming back, he's swinging back, and he's got the Iceman rollout, and that's going to be crazy. And they was all behind that. You know what I mean? That's where their energy was focused. And now that shit is fizzled out, they have nothing left other than to go back to their normal ways, which is just focusing more on Kendrick.
I didn't even think of that angle until you said it.
So much on Kendrick, bro.
I didn't realize that until you said it, that after episode 3 came out and that song didn't do anything, they did like they waited a couple of days, but they did immediately like revert back to arguing on making the things about Kendrick. So it's like the songs ain't song how it's supposed to song. Let's go back over here. You know what I mean? Because it's like if the Iceman rollout was given what it was supposed to give from episode 1 through 3, they wouldn't be talking about Kendrick. If they were, I don't know what the exact number of songs are, but if in the midst of those songs, if 1 or 2 of them had picked up some momentum and really started to carry, they will be too busy talking about, see, the battle ain't do shit. Because look, he got another bang out right now. Iceman 3 on the way. It's about to be gas. And the reality is, none of these songs have stuck. I mean, I won't lie. I'm not going to lie to the public. What Did I Miss is getting regular radio rotation. Like, it's in rotation. So it ain't like he did not get Ja Rule. The whole concept of that he got Ja Rule, no. Drake is in regular rotation on the radio. What Did I Miss is getting his spins. He just don't, like, I've been trying to explain to y'all for quite a while now. He's just not dominating anymore. He's still like, he was a 30-point per game scorer that can still get you 20, 25 on a good night. You know what I mean? But he might not shoot 50%. It might be 43%, but he can get you a bucket. He can get to the bucket. What Did I Miss is doing that?
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, we're used to, if he drops like 3, 4, 5 songs, you know what I mean? 2, 3, or 4 of them are going to be in heavy rotation. There might be one that might miss, or shit. At his height, all 5 of them might have, ended up in rotation.
Right.
I mean, you'd have the sing-songy single, you'd have the rap joint, you'd have the rap collab, and then you'd have the the pop joint, and then you'd have the dance hall joint. You know what I mean? He'd put all of those chips out on the table, and all of them would hit. You know what I mean? Now, he's out of all the songs that he's put out, what's his percentage in terms of like which ones the amount that's stuck?
I mean, if we count the Iceman streams and the reggae joint that dropped before the stream and What Did I Miss, he's like 1 for 6 right now. 1 for 5, 1 for 6, somewhere in that vicinity.
It's crazy. His batting percentage is atrocious.
He's a New York Mets right now, apparently. And and I can say that I'm a Met fan. I could diss my team. You know what I mean? But it's like, El Amin says the Iceman episodes have been dope. I mean, shout out to your opinion, El Amin, salute, gang. But the reality is, there's not enough of you saying that it's popping. Nokia hit, but we talking about for the Iceman rollout. We told y'all in real time when Nokia dropped, he got one with that. Nokia was that one for that album. He tried to give me a hug and didn't do what it was supposed to do, but Nokia did what it was supposed to do. In fact, when we said that, the Kendrick fans got mad at us for giving him credit for Nokia. So it is what it is. But it's like right now, this is the biggest album of your career. All the eyeballs on you, and I think he has negative aura right now. He's losing momentum with each Iceman 4 whenever that hit. And notice that the first 3 came out relatively quickly. It's been a long gap between 3 and 4. So he's busy getting mad at Cenat in his chat, saying his mafia thon is whack. But bro, get to the music. Stop being petty. You mad at Memphis Bleak for giving you something to talk about, or maybe Raekwon. I think Raekwon had said something about it too, but I don't think Ray nor Bleak dissed. Bleak was saying to just get back to the music. I think Ray's sentiment was somewhat similar. He ran to Instagram, of course, to put a caption. That's how you fight back with IG captions. Even when the hip hoppers that you want to respect from give you some real advice and don't kick your back in, you still mad? Like, bro, stop being a gal, bro. Like, listen to Unk. Unk never straight. Unks at this point in their life, they pushing 50. They really trying to save you from yourself, and you're not listening to them.
Yeah, And I was trying to figure out what exactly he was talking about, who exactly he was talking about when he said, oh great, more opinions from a rapper we haven't cared about since 2005 or whatever. People were saying it was Memphis Bleak. You're saying that like
it was either Raekwon or Bleak, because Ray has, I forgot what platform Ray was on, but he was also talking. It might have been Kissing in Fat Joe's platform when he was talking about the battle. And even Bleak, the whole idea when Bleak was talking about Jay-Z won the war, it was spawned off of a Drake question where he was saying that Drake got to get back to the music. And Drake ran to Instagram to throw a sub, and it's just like, bro, what's the matter with you, bro? Like, can't nobody say nothing? Nobody can say. If they not dick riding, they can't say nothing. That's what you're saying?
Well, that's the problem is, if somebody doesn't come out like explicitly in his favor, then they're just like wrong, and they deserve, whatever, insult is coming to them, over, an Instagram story. You know what I mean? Like that's just his MO. That's always his MO is like, if you show love, cool, but if you have even the slightest bit of critique towards him, even if it's constructive criticism, he doesn't take it well. Like I feel like it's like he doesn't even believe in constructive criticism. You know what I mean? Not when it comes to
by that.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no criticism. I'm OVO. I'm Aubrey, baby. You know what I mean?
So like, I feel like everybody has a point where they can, start opening their ears and maybe listening to what others have to say, people that might be older, wiser, and, may have been through the same wars that you've been through, and, try to give you some advice or try to, just kind of guide you in the right direction and tell you, just tell you like an OG, like, this ain't really the way, doggy. Like
this ain't it.
This ain't it. This ain't it. But like, when you get it on the flip side, when you get to the level that of a Drake, and you never really had that sort of relationship with somebody like an OG like that, it's going to be hard to get you to listen at the, pushing 40 now.
You know what? I'm going to push back on that rhetoric. He was raised by his mom. And the way he came into the league so wholesome, he really learned these lessons. He was brought up that way. Like, he's being a willful prick. That's how I see it. Like, you're going out of your way to be an asshole about it, bro. Because you was a good guy when you got to the industry, B. You was almost too good for your own good, in fact, in a lot of ways. So, like, to act like this now and you're not saying put out a statement, but even things like when you see your fan base moving a certain type of way or too many people capping, you go on a little interview or you put a little tweet out or you just call niggas corny, even if it's your people's, that will go a long way towards controlling the energy around you. You know what I mean? You don't even do that. You just let these people say whatever. In fact, you act like your fans. You're not even above it. You act just like your fans. You sassy, you catty, you emotional, you borderline egotistical, lying at times. Because again, Bleak ain't saying nothing wrong. Bleak said just get back to the music. Like, don't go to court, get to the raps. And you did something, the guy. Your fans lying about ticket sales. Come on, my guy. Ticket sales? In the mid, like, yo, could you imagine, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like again, I always use us as a statement. We don't get into these conversations. We always kept it rap and Hov and Nas. We didn't care about concerts because we didn't have to care about it because Nas was doing well, Hov was doing well, but we didn't care about those ancillary metrics. It stayed to the music. After Hov lost, he got to the music. We didn't have to argue for a second. We was too busy dissecting Black Album. You know what I mean? Listening to features. The occasional Nas fan argument for fun. And it was for fun. It wasn't even no real shit. It was really like fun arguments and debates. Over here, it's really Hatfields and McCoys, and it's just like, yo, guys, maybe the blackout was right. Maybe they need to do a media blackout. Because if this is the corny shit that niggas got to entertain from Club Paradise, I might have to listen to M. Memphis and do the blackout, because this is disgusting, man. You know what I mean? It really absolute disgusting, man. Let's move on, though. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe option, hit the notification bell. We need 500 likes on each and every video. You know what I'm saying? Episode 133. Check the banner right there. coming this Wednesday. A really, really, really dope episode. Great energy, great vibe, great info on this episode. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So lock in with that. Real quick, the Clipse video coming tomorrow. I'm almost mad that they didn't drop it today for the Birds Don't Sing, man. I'm excited for that, B.
I thought they were going to drop a video for something else.
What were you leaning towards?
I'd heard. Oh, what were they gonna? What was it I heard? Now I forgot what it was. But apparently, yeah, Birds Don't Sing is what they're gonna drop them for.
Yeah, I like the idea of that, man. You know, this song is really picking up momentum, and I think it's a great message from those guys. Again, it's really a great shift in rhetoric surrounding the Clipse, a level of maturity and energy. And I guess if you do a show at the Vatican and you perform that, you got to have a visual for it. And it got picked up by radio. I think I just saw a tweet this weekend, and so be it. It's top 10 right now as far as radio spins go. So they doing all right, man. And now you get a video for this. I don't know, son. They about to get a trophy. This is looking real Grammy-esque for the Clipse.
You know what it was? I'd heard a rumor that they were putting out a video for POV. That's what I thought it was going to be. And it turns out it's going to be for Birds Don't Sing. They're really, this is a full-on Grammy campaign that's going on right now. You know what I mean? And I love to see it. I really do. Again, we've mentioned it a few times here on the pod. That head-to-head battle, pause. Sorry, my apologies. But that battle that's going to happen between Kendrick Lamar, GNX, and the Clipse, Let God Sort Them Out, is going to be one for the ages, man. Right now, I'm going to be completely honest. As much of a Kendrick Lamar fan as I am, I don't know where I'm leaning. I might be leaning towards the Clipse. If you speak to me right now,
you know, do I want to put you on the spot right now? I think I do.
What?
Which was the better album? GNX or Let God Sort Them Out?
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to plead the fifth for now. Until I spin them back. I haven't spun them back to back just yet.
We might have to do a whole pod about that.
It might have to be a whole pod.
It's been a minute since we did a versus pod where I think like when we put two guys and just like, let's figure this out for a second. You know what I mean? It might be time. Let God Sort Them Out versus GNX might be a live stream with the whole gang.
Yeah.
Probably even call BTG in here. Get some opinions from people like Company Man and Curtis King. Just make it a whole thing. Make it an event. I think we might have to do that, bro.
That's a fact. But look, it goes to show you, again, as much of a Kendrick fan as I am, I can't call it. I legitimately cannot call it right now. I can't call it for myself. I can't call I can't even say that GNX is the clear favorite come Grammy time. If it is, it's simply because we know Kendrick Lamar is like the darling. But as far as project for project, and as far as like everything surrounding the project, you know what I mean? Again, you have the Super Bowl for Kendrick, but then you have the Vatican for Clipse.
Yo, that's quite the one up. That's quite the one up.
And to be in the year of the Lord 2025, to be putting out this many visuals for an album. I've been wanting to have a conversation for a while, like about music videos and visuals being kind of dead. Because like what do they really do? What needle do they really move anymore? Pause if applicable. But back in the day when MTV and BET and TRL and you had what was that 106 in Park and all those shows, the music video was a very powerful vehicle
that was part of the promo
to promote an album and to promote it over time so that people can continue going to the record store. If they didn't like the first single, they heard the second single, watched the second video, was like, oh, I kind of like this one more. Let me go buy the album. If you didn't like the first two videos, the third video, that was the one that where they'd be like, oh, let's reel in the people that haven't gone out to buy the album yet. Now, like that's not a thing. Like, what are you creating visuals for? Maybe you create a visual for like the first single, or as soon as an album drops, you put out a visual, and then that's pretty much it. Right. we saw Kendrick didn't really put out what else he put out after Squabble Up?
As far as videos go?
Yeah, did he do one with SZA for Luther?
He might have. Don't quote me though. I'm not the music video guy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to YouTube right now and let you know.
Yeah.
I mean?
But with the Clipse had So Be It, and then Chains and Whips, right? Mm-hmm. And I only remember that because Kendrick was very, noticeably missing. And now to for Birds Don't Sing, 3 videos in 2025. Like, who does? Nobody puts out 3 videos for.
There was a video for Luther. 42 million views as of right now.
Oh, there was a video for Luther. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I seeing that right now. Yeah.
I just looked it up on YouTube.
It was very.
It was a very sterile video. It wasn't it wasn't really like a dynamic. Consider how big the record is. It didn't. They kept it very simple with the Luther video.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like to put out a 3rd video for the Clipse project, that's a big statement. That's a big statement. Again, because I don't know how much videos move the needle or move units anymore, or create a resurgence of more sales.
Well, I think Mesito had told him.
I think it's just for the purpose of just for the art of it, you know what I mean, and that they believe this much in their work that they want to put all these visuals out.
I think Mesito had told us once upon a time that the music video views kind of impact the streaming numbers as well. Like, it's all relative now. You know what I mean? I think he had told us that a while back. Dre in the chat was good, fam. He said a FICO video is on the way. I mean, shout out FICO, but my favorite song need a video. I know it's not gonna be a video for it, but EBITDA, y'all know what that means. That's my favorite song. Like, I feel like we need even if it's not a full video, a light visualizer for that. Get the re-up gang. Since it sounds like vintage Neptunes, get the re-up gang back together. Get one of them old ones back. Go back to VA. Give it a little black and white visual. I like that because that feels like 2002 through 2005-ish sonically for me.
Maybe FICO was the one I was thinking about because it was some acronym. POV, FICO, one of those.
I mean, FICO. You got. Well, that's the beautiful part about this album. You got options. They made a classic album. But I guess too, I was thinking along your lines as far as POV as well, because with the Tyler connection, Tyler having music out, a lot of times they cross promote with the visuals as well. So it would make sense. Or even if the Tyler album is Vogue music, he still got an album out right now, so it would make sense.
You still running with that?
I'm never letting it go. Another thing to get to real quick: Benito by Bunny, Super Bowl halftime show in San Francisco. Man, a lot of people are upset saying he doesn't speak English. But newsflash, buddy,
you don't
Puerto Ricans are Americans. I don't know if a lot of y'all know that. So many people are up in arms about Benito getting a Super Bowl halftime show, said.
Listen here. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm, a big Bad Bunny fan.
Right.
I listen to his music sporadically here and there, Spanish family, Spanish friends, obviously I'm a listen to it. But still in all, that's a win. That's a win for culture. That's a win for us. If it's not one side of us, it's another side of us. You know what I mean? And I love to see it. I love to see it because I think he deserves it. I love to see it because of what he's been doing recently for his native land of Puerto Rico. I love to see it because I also feel like he's more recently digging back into his roots, and putting that in his music and putting more of that into his his persona and his image. And I love to see it because it's going to piss them off. TM. And whatever's gonna piss them off, I'm all here for it. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Shit. So he's gonna be up there not singing a lick of English, and everybody's gonna be losing their mind, dancing, twerking, getting lit.
Crazy.
Great. The ratings are gonna go through the roof. Shit. I'm here for all of it. Love it. Love to see it.
Listen to me. Bad Bunny is a megastar. Bad Bunny he's graduated, and it's only a handful of artists who have ever graduated to this level, where you, generally speaking, don't listen to this person, you don't read news articles about this person, you're just not familiar with this person, but he has at least one song that you know. When it come on, you know that's who that person is. It's only a handful of people whose impact is that undeniable, where you've at least heard that song somewhere and it got people going, or you just know of the song because it was so big, it was undeniable. And Bad Bunny has quite a few of those. Even if you don't speak English, even if you don't speak Spanish, much like myself, I don't speak Spanish, but there's a few Bad Bunny joints that I know. And when they come on, the shit get people moving. And the thing is, he's blended like that reggaeton energy with a little bit of the trap sounds. He's created a sonical adventure with his music and his vocals to where you don't even need to really know the words for real. That's matter of fact, this is the one time. Don't clip this, but this is the one time I'm gonna give the mumble rappers some credit. The mumble rappers telling you that it's all about the vibe and you don't got to know the lyrics made Bad Bunny possible in America. Because it's like you just need to feel it. You need the melodies, the vocal ability of Bad Bunny, the beats, and how his special ability that I can't even really put into words, and he just makes shit work.
Right. But also the fact that at this stage in his career, like again, he's reaching back to the old school roots. He's injecting more of that old school salsa and old school Puerto Rican music, the bomba and all that into his music. Like he's, in a lot of ways, him and Kendrick sort of have, similar approaches to what they're doing with their music at this stage in their career. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, no matter how big you get, you gotta remember your roots. You gotta stick to the roots, and you gotta, pay homage to the forefathers and pay homage to the culture, and that's what he's doing right now. And, the fact that he has such an outspoken stance on ICE, again, I'm 100%, 110% all for this.
See, we're not the political roundtable, but I won't lie to you, Sincere. I'm a bit just how they move. They move real extra. I'm a little concerned for Bad Bunny that weekend because 45/47, he gave them full autonomy. So if you, especially San Fran, we know that the Hispanic population of San Fran, and they pop out. They love some football out in the Bay Area now. I'm concerned about what that weekend might look like considering those three letters.
I mean, it's a reality. It's a reality. But that, in a lot of ways, that's more the more and more that I think about it, and that I sit with the climate that I feel around me, the more and more I feel like, listen, shit's gonna hit the fan, like for real. At some point, and that's the kind of climate we're in. And Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl with those three letters out there rolling heavy. It's a lot of tension. It's a lot. It's a very thick climate that we're in right now. And
that part.
And if it goes down, it goes down. Like sometimes you just shit got to go down.
In the words of Clipse, so be it. Dre 7. I don't think they're gonna pick Bad Bunny up. To be in the States, you gotta have a visa, a work visa. And again, he's not even a foreigner. He's an American. Bad Bunny is safe. Again, if you're Puerto Rican, you're American. I need everyone to understand that. It's not Dominican Republic, Cuba, so on and so forth. If you're Puerto Rican, you are American. All right? Please don't go to work. Don't be like me passing off bad Tupac information. Don't go to work fucking that ICE shit with Puerto Ricans. You will offend them. All right? You know what I mean? People are bigging up Jay-Z and saying it's another great choice. POC person of color getting a Super Bowl look, and now considering the American climate and the people who are foreigners who might not speak the language of English. In a lot of cases, when you watch the news, there's a lot of people of Hispanic heritage who are being victims of those three letters. It's a statement to put Bad Bunny in that position in America's biggest event of the year.
Absolutely.
Maybe so, but in other statements, Nas Escobar, Resorts World, made a big time power move, getting his casino expansion approved. This comes on the heels of Roc Nation Jay-Z not getting the Times Square casino approved. So the combination platter of the Nas approval with the Jay-Z non-approval got people talking about, people talking about 2001 again. Somebody, when the announcement was made, someone was talking about Jay-Z lost again, so on and so forth. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why are fan bases arguing about casinos? What are we doing here?
And it's not even, here's the thing, it's not just fan bases. It is actual media like legitimate media platforms. It's newspapers, it's magazines, obviously all online, online newspapers, online magazines, blogs, everything. Everybody is now rolling with this Nas versus Jay-Z narrative as if, they dissed each other on a new secret track that none of us heard, because it's wild. In my heart of hearts, I don't think either one of these guys are really thinking about the other person at this moment. Like they're both going after the bag. They are both knee deep in their business ventures, and they're both going after, their next, financial conquest. It just so happens to be casinos because this is a new trend in New York. This is the new thing. You know what I mean? Bringing casinos to New York. I think Hov and his team got a little overexcited trying to, bring a casino straight to Times Square. Like you go straight to Times Square, like direct beeline to Times Square. Where the fuck are you putting a casino in Times Square? Somebody tell me. Where's it gonna go?
Nigga, ask Charlemagne, nigga. Because apparently Times Square is going out of business.
Like, bro, I mean, has any of them walked through Times Square anytime recently? That shit is always ridiculously, offensively crowded. You know what I mean? I avoid Times Square with every inch of my being because I don't want to deal with those crowds and all those visitors from out of town and everything. I don't want to deal with all that. So I really don't understand why their move was to go straight to Times Square. So that probably had a really big, it was a really big part of why they knocked it down. Meanwhile, Nas is out in the outskirts of Queens where there's plenty of room for expansion. So it's going to work out better for him. This is just, logistics. This is just like, it's kind of common sense. For people to make it out to be in 2025, like they're going to war again. You getting a casino, I'm getting a casino too. And then all of a sudden, Jay-Z's casino gets turned down, and Nas is probably calling him, on the secret line, like, ha ha ha, yeah, I got the casino on, over you or whatever. And now I'm about to expand my shit, and you still got nothing. Like, come on. And then I saw people, saying, I think the last time when we were talking about the Jay-Z Nas thing and how, when Memphis Bleak said, Nas won the battle, but Jay-Z won the war. And I had said something, it was a week ago in the last live, I had said something along the lines of, if you want to consider, success in business as being winning the war, then sure, we could say that Jay-Z had more success in business than Nas, and he's richer than Nas. And then all of a sudden, people start coming out like that Nas is the more quiet billionaire. Look, if you go and read the articles that are coming out about this casino thing, this quote unquote casino battle, the articles will tell you each artist's net worth. Jay-Z is a billionaire. Nas is a little under 100 million in terms of net worth. Mm-hmm. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? Because why are we even talking about that anyway? But, if your line of reasoning for Jay-Z being the victor in the overall war is his business empire, then you're having a completely different conversation than we are. You know what I mean? When we're talking about battles and wars and stuff like that, we're talking about music. You know what I mean? Who has the most classic albums? Who has, the best runs? Who has the better hits? That sort of stuff, right? Why business comes into these conversations about music is beyond me, right? But if we are going to talk about business and wealth, we have to be honest about things. And we can't just make shit up and pull shit out of our ass. Nas is very much not a billionaire. He's not even close to being a billionaire. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I would love to be worth 75 million, 80 million. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to be a billionaire for you to, be able to have these conversations, putting him up next to Jay-Z. You know what I mean? That doesn't have to happen. So I just wanted to put that out there, because once these stories start unwinding and these snowballs start forming, people just start making shit up just for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? They start pulling shit out of their ass when there's nothing remotely close to a fact backing up their narrative, and it's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Well, I'd like to get in here. We have people who I haven't seen in God knows how long saying the rights to Illmatic is about 50 million itself. I think Dre 7 said you don't know how money works. He's worth more than 80 million. So,
look, man,
Dre 7 also says that Nas has 100 to 300 million from Coinbase, depending on.
Did he tell you that? Like, did he call you up? Did you guys, have a conversation over the phone? And did he divulge all of his business dealings and his, financial?
I'm just telling you. I mean, that's what they said.
No, I'm just saying because I'm looking at the chats like you are. Meanwhile, I'm reading the articles about the actual.
You're doing the knowledge.
Right. I'm reading the newspaper articles about the two casinos going quote unquote head to head, which I haven't even addressed how ridiculous it is for newspapers to also.
I'd like to do some addressing, Sen, because you've been addressing for a good 8 minutes on this topic. Let me get in a little bit. You know what I mean? So, much like you, I'm completely annoyed with this because I'm always here for some good rap banter. We're not the Change History podcast. We've always talked about the battle. I jokingly say I don't ever want to hear Ether in my house, shit like that. Like, y'all already know where everybody stands when it comes to this battle. You dig? But it's like, if you trying to conjure up like clicks or conversations, or like you got your goofy podcasters saying shit like Nas and Jay-Z casino feud heats up, like casino feud. First of all, Resorts World has been there. It ain't like resort for people who might not know. I'm not talking to the people who know already. Resorts World Casino has already been there. It's not new. It's not a new build. They're going to expand upon it. I think that, like Mesito was telling us on Friday, the gambling licenses have expanded, so now they'll be able to have table games. It'll be a real, fully functioning casino. Not right. Nas's team. I don't know what Nas's role is exactly. Someone in the chat said that both Jay-Z and Nas are being used as figureheads for the deal, or I think he said mascots. I don't know the specifics of it when it comes to their relationships. But what I do know is that these two men were not competing with each other trying to get new casinos. Nas's team, and you and Mason, you and Deanie with At Resorts were up for the Nas event a couple months ago. So we already know that like the foundation has been laid for that to take place. For people to spin this into some type of casino feud and promoting that on a platform is like it's almost, if not tomfoolery, it's pure grifting. You're grifting on fan bases because you're trying to spawn some shit up, you know? And that's just weird to me because it's like we don't like. I think there's a lot of Nas fans who've argued with Jay-Z fans over the years, and they got really upset when the Jay-Z fans start talking about the business acumen and they start throwing the money in the Nas fans' face. And for years, the Nas fans would say, "Oh, we don't give a damn about the money. It's not about bread. It's not about paper. Our guy is greater than, better than, makes better than albums, whatever, right? Than Jay-Z. F the money, right? Now the Nas fans want to celebrate casinos. You know how much dirty money goes into casinos? So it's like I be looking at y'all like, and it was a couple of people in the chat early on that was trying to make it seem like Jay-Z fans don't want to hear about Nas getting a casino and shit like that. And it's like, nigga, no. I don't want make-believe conversations about Jay-Z and Nas. I will gatekeep all bullshit when it comes to those two guys and bullshit conversations. If y'all want to talk about King's Disease series in the 6P pushing Nas over Jay-Z, I want to talk about that. If you want to talk about the side feuds outside of the diss records 20 years ago when they were subbing each other on mad songs that don't get talked about on the big platforms, I want to talk about that. I don't want to hear niggas who told me for years that money didn't matter come here and talk about motherfucking casinos where, let me explain you something. Again, let me repeat it. There is no casino on earth. Casinos are money laundering operations, okay? Do you know that? Does anyone actually know that for real? These are money laundering operations. Casinos are used to clean money. You niggas are celebrating a dirty operation in its purest form, all right? And it's losing me now. Then the fucking newspapers is talking about this 20 years later. These niggas don't even battle no more. They make songs together. Nas is joking on Thun about texting over. It ain't over. You know what I mean? They are ultra unk status, successful unk status. They made a song in a casino with the music video and shit. They don't care about no battle. They care about getting money, being successful, creating generational wealth, so on and so forth. All that other extra shit it's just puzzling to me. Again, we're celebrating money laundering operations because our favorite rapper is a part of it. But y'all told me for years, y'all told me, and I'm not even the one arguing, but I'm talking about the Nas fans who said money don't matter. When we started our podcast and we was talking about music and y'all was trying to make us a Jay-Z podcast, although we never talked about Jay-Z's money, y'all came attacking us. Y'all only care about Jay-Z's money. So should I say y'all only care about Nas's money now? Should I play that card since we're celebrating money laundering operations in Queens? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? The casino is there. There's no feud. There's no battle. Is it a win for Nas? Is it an ultra look for Nas? Abso-freaking-lutely. But we're not going to do no extra bullshit, try to add on shit retroactively. If it ain't music, I don't want to hear it.
I will say it probably didn't help matters that the Queensborough president himself said, "Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again."
Right.
Like that was the first mistake. You know what I mean? Because that's just going to lead to more ridiculous rhetoric. Like I don't know why.
T Davis, you mad because you full of shit? Yeah, nigga, I'm talking to you, T Davis. You full of shit. Now it's next topic. You full of shit. Let's celebrate money laundering operations. CO said it's a legit business. There's no casino on earth that's a legit business. Please use Google. It is right there. All right, son, I'm sorry.
No. I'm gonna say this. You know what I mean? If this was maybe like, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, Jarv and I would probably be having it out, having a good laugh about, you know, me getting on his nerves saying, yo, you know, Nas won the casino thing, Jay-Z did. But we're all grown men here. We know for a fact that they're not thinking about no battle shit. They're living their lives. And
wait, hold on. Wealth. All them white people in the room, you think they give a fuck about takeover and ether?
And then on top of that, like if we want to start going down that road and saying Nas got a casino, Jay-Z doesn't, I don't know if you want to pull on that thread. Because again, we're gonna get to the point where some people's feelings are gonna get hurt when we, look at Nas's financial net worth and then look at Jay-Z's financial net worth. So why do you even want to go down that road anyway? That's not what the whole battle thing that never was about all of these business ventures and money. It was about the music. You know what I mean? So stop pulling on threads that you don't want, to actually see unraveled fully.
Thank you, Sin. And because that's essentially it. Y'all, is one particular fan base got tired of the other fan base browbeating them about their guy being richer, being more famous, being more goat-like for close to 20 years. So now it's a situation where the rabbit got the gun and it's not fun. And I can understand that argument because Nas is in those rooms. He's making shit shake. And credit to Nas. I want to make this clear. This has nothing to do with Esco. I'm not even talking. This in no way, shape, or form am I talking to Nas Escobar. What he's doing as a rapper in this space at this late career stanza, 6 albums, business acumen, taking care of other rappers with health and insurance issues. Beautiful. Amazing.
Beautiful. But it's all been documented here before.
It's all been documented. We've been accused of being a Nas platform countless times by our own friends in real life. Okay? So when it comes to that aspect of it, I don't want to hear people who are not actually doing the knowledge. For you to come on here and call me a hater and say that a casino is a legit business, that says a lot about you. You've never got off the porch. Male or female, I don't care. You've never they put extra oxygen in the casinos to make you feel good while you're gambling and giving your money away. The table
no clocks anywhere. No, not a clock to be seen.
No clocks anywhere. Lights dimly. Extra oxygen in the room.
Free drinks.
The slot games are rigged. The table games are rigged. They give you alcohol as well to make you feel good while you're giving your money away. The whole thing is designed for you to lose, and you're here telling me that a casino is a legit business when the mafia itself has been part of all casino businesses, cleaning their money through the fucking casinos. Anyway, shout out Nas, shout out Queens. Queens gets the money once again. Yes. Okay? But if you're going to talk to me about certain things in the world, do the knowledge. And if Jay-Z got the casino in Times Square, congrats to Jay. We wouldn't be glazing him Ridgematic because you know what's funny? Anytime we say something that people don't like, those small-minded people like Ridgematic, they use words like glazing because they can't compute situations like, you know what? I don't agree with what this guy's saying, but I see where he's coming from. Nope, you're glazing. Nigga, the whole concept, matter of fact, off the air, in the studio Friday, we was like, who the fuck wants to put a casino in Times Square? That's the conversation we was having. It's a dumb idea.
We said that, I think you had gone off camera, but we said that on air last week.
I didn't even peep that.
Me and Mace was like, yo, like, this is what I said. I was like, if casinos are your thing, gambling is your thing, you know what I mean? You would absolutely love a casino right there, a train right away in the middle of the city, Times Square. But for the rest of us, a casino in Times Square, are you fucking mad?
It's fucking stupid.
Like, that's the worst idea, the worst possible idea of something to put in Times Square. It's preposterous. Exactly. And I don't know what the hell Jay and his team was thinking. There's no way if he had succeeded in that, there's no way we'd be on that side of things. You know what I mean? We would not be applauding that. I would be dreading that with every ounce of my being.
Shout out Michael Brown. Again, people who are informed. I speak to y'all. The informed people of this world are my favorite people. The people who do the knowledge, my favorite people. Because when I get to talking and they don't, and they understand or don't understand, they at least understand that I'm speaking from a place of information. You know what I mean? I don't just talk just to talk. And if you can't compute it, they don't say, you know what, Jarv, you're a hater because I don't understand what you're saying. No, they know what's going on. Do the knowledge. Casinos are dirty business. All right? I guess we know Jay's a dirty businessman, right? Allegedly throughout the years, Jay's been known to do some shysty things. But heaven forbid. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that.
Not Nasir.
Not Nasir. Let me tell you something. At the highest levels of money in America, there is no white hats. The end. The more money you get around, the more money comes across you. There are no white hats. If you can't compute that, you and I will never have a real conversation because you're not willing to inform yourself. I digress. Absol
man,
goes on Kai Cenat's platform,
I
man.
hate to see it. Wait, which particular platform was this though?
I think this was the Mafia-thon joint that he's been doing.
Oh, okay. Copy.
I don't really do the streamer thing. That's out of our age demographic. I think Macito just escapes that demo. You know,
because it didn't look like his normal setup. That's why I was confused. All right,
right.
Carry on.
So he's going to rap, and we know Absol, one of the best lyricists on the planet by far. Like, it's not close. We don't even have to debate that. You know what I mean? But he had an opportunity on a big platform. And to me, from my vantage point, to say the rap snob, I don't know. I can't speak to it, but it looked like he was a little high, a little drunk. He didn't seem like himself.
Yeah, he was definitely under some type of influence. Yes.
Right. There you go. Thank you, Sid. He seemed like he was under the influence. But then he spoke about it. He just said he had a Eminem 8 Mile moment, B-Rabbit moment.
No.
In front of one of the biggest platforms he'll ever be on right now. Call it what you want. When you saw that, what did you think of it? And do you believe that it was a B-Rabbit moment, or do you think that he was under the influence?
So I don't want to recklessly speculate on this sort of thing. You know what I mean? This is a very, sensitive type of topic, very personal. But knowing Absol's sort of history, he's had, mental health. He's got a mental health history, and he's had a substance history. He's had history with some substances. So it seemed to me like he went up there and he was under the influence of some sort of substance, whether it's alcohol or maybe something else, something stronger. I don't know, but he definitely seemed out of it, right? If it was just a moment where he started spitting and he just forgot his lyrics. You know what I mean? And we've seen that happen to countless rappers. They'll stutter, they'll lose their train of thought, and they'll be like, "Oh, let me get it back. Let me get it back. Spin it back." And then they'll try again, and they'll catch the rhythm again. It's not what happened here. You know what I mean? And with somebody of the expertise of an Absol, you would expect for him to be able to bounce back. Like if he starts a freestyle and then just kind of like loses his train of thought, loses his words, if it's a written, forgets the lyrics, whatever, if that happens, somebody of his acumen, I would think, would be able to bounce back a little bit stronger than how he ended up bouncing back. But he gave it another shot, and then it's just like he was lost in a fog. That was the weird part about it. That was the sad part about it, honestly, was that it wasn't the normal. And some people have said, I think I saw Mickey Fax say something like, like he had a bad moment or whatever. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, yeah, he had a bad moment. It happens to all of us. Like, carry on. But it looked like a little bit more than a bad moment. It looked like he was really lost in a fog, and he just completely lost his bearings. That's what it looked like to me, and that's sad. You know what I mean? I don't like seeing people like that. You know what I mean? Especially, I don't like seeing anybody like that. But like if it's someone that I hold to a high esteem, it's even sadder because like somebody with that level of talent, it's like if they weren't struggling the way that they were struggling, who God knows what sort of what highs they could climb to. You know what I mean? But when you see him struggle like this on air in front of a camera, who knows what kind of struggles he's having off camera if this is how he's struggling on camera. And that's the sad part to me. It's like somebody needs to, step in and get that man some help because it looks like he needs it.
It's a tricky situation because you don't ever want to see people in that position. Like, to me, I personally rarely get embarrassed. Like, if I fall in public, I'm not gonna be embarrassed. I'd be like, yo, we've all tripped on a curb and fell once upon a time on some ice. I don't embarrass easily in that way. But boy, do I suffer from really bad secondhand embarrassment. If I see people going through some things and they just look crazy or they look bad, I'd be struggling to watch because I feel like I immediately feel bad for that person. Like, damn, I like it. This person's in a lurch right now. And watching him in that spot, and again, he's been on stage before. He's on one of the most celebrated rap labels, part of one of the most celebrated rap collectives ever. So it's like being in a room with two other guys in the camera, the moment being too big. I guess for me, just me speaking, I'm not putting this on app. I just don't believe that moment would be too big for him because he's been on stage after stage. He's been in moments after moments. He has a real relationship with some goats of this rap shit that we love so much. So it's like, for me, I can't really fathom that in that moment with Kai Cenat, who don't even, you know what I mean? Kai Cenat's opinion of rap don't really matter that much. You dig what I'm saying? So It's like him saying he had a B-Rabbit moment. I hate to do this to Ab, but I don't believe him. I see Punch on Twitter, jumping in front of it as well and trying to do some damage control and lay off my guy and things of that nature. But yeah, everybody said, talking about Reason in the chat, we get into Reason. Believe me when I tell you that. We working our way there. I feel like Punch is doing this because he knows that this guy was in a bad spot and he looked crazy. And that's what hurt me the most. It's like he has one of those moments when you watch those movies. Remember, like back in the day, you put it on VH1 and they'll do like the 5 Heartbeats, or they'll do some little low budget movie about a band and one of the members has a habit and he's on stage and that habit shows itself on the stage. That's kind of what it looked like with Ab-Soul. Like whatever he got going on in his personal life, it seemed like it snuck out the curtain at that time and he just seemed lost. And it's like, this is Ab-Soul. He rapped like he breathes. And we know things has happened in the past where he's had we've read things where he tried to take his life. He's had a tumble before. He's gone through some real shit. So it's tough for me to see that for him because it's like at the same time, he's had a rough year. Not calendar year, but like for the time his last album dropped through right now, there's been some tough times. He felt the way about how the album was handled. He even said it himself that he didn't think he put his best foot forward with the album. He's living a lot of his flaws in front of the world. And I think that he's in a spot where it's just like, like you said, he might have something going on in his personal life that he needs to really navigate through. And having these moments on camera, I don't know how many people was watching that stream, but it's gone viral. I'm pretty sure that moment has been seen by millions of eyeballs. And now imagine how many people who didn't know who Ab-Soul was is seeing that for the first time when he has a catalog of great rap music. And it's just like, I hate to see that for him, man. I don't want this for him. I don't want to see nobody fail. You know what I mean? I don't mind arguing with people and having debates and having philosophical differences and shit like that. But if you're willing to put yourself out there like all these artists have, like we do with a podcast, I don't want nobody to fail. Who wants to put in all this time to not have the biggest stage you've ever been on? This is what you remembered for. That fucking sucks.
Yeah,
you know
man,
what I mean?
It really does.
And then you have Reason, who's had a strange relationship with the TDE contingent. He's been trying to get off. He did some weird things during the Drake battle. Then he tried to double talk and walk it back. And then he goes on to say that they need to check the homie into rehab, like for real. Certified Boogeyman on Twitter responds and says, this ain't it. Man to man, if you look at the nigga as a homie, this is some shit you should say on the phone, not on the net. Reason says, ain't my homie. I don't even rock with him right now because he been dissing me. But I care enough as a human and an artist to say that fans gotta care too. But you were previously signed to TDE. Even if you're not cool with bro like that, we know you got his math. And if it's not real beef, if it's not street beef and he's dissing you in bars because you've done and we've seen you do some real questionable things, as a man and man to man, you gotta wear that jacket when you've done the nonsense. So for you to run to Twitter to tweet that out, you just look like a grifter to me. You look like you're trying to capitalize off a situation or just get yourself in the conversation or say, hey guys, remember me? Huh? Remember me? I'm Reason. Look at he's failing and I care about it. Nah, you got his math. That shouldn't even have been a tweet. To me, like I tweeted it out from the roundtable page. I said, he's acting like more, he does things for us to talk about, the more Reason is reminding me of Consequence from good music. Like your timing is always terrible. You're not necessarily super trustworthy, and you seem ultra selfish and always being an opportunist. Same way this guy Consequence always needs to remind everyone, I was part of Tribe. No one thinks about you in Tribe because you were part of the worst era of Tribe. Like you were currently part of the worst era of Kanye West. You know what I mean? Like no one thinks of Consequence when they think of Kanye. No one thinks of Tribe. No one thinks of Consequence when they think of Tribe. Like find your own lane or stay out the way. And to me, Reason, even if he's not signed to them and he got dropped by them, he's always gripping on pause to TDE for some kind of clout. Because the thing is, outside of the TDE connection, and the thing is, I'm not saying he's a bad rapper. I'm not saying he's a bad person. But the reality is, outside of the TDE connection and his real true blue fans, nobody in passing thinks about Reason. And I feel like he keeps looking for opportunities to make people talk about him. And the more you open your mouth and do bullshit like this, the more you make people not want to tap in with your music.
Yeah, and I feel like Reason definitely lacks a level of self-awareness, you know, very similar to Consequence as well. Yeah, and it's just like Reason definitely feels like he should have been higher up on the totem pole on TDE, and you know, he just never got the look or never got the support or whatever. I mean, I've listened to Reason's music, you know what I mean? Like you cool, but you know, are you a Kendrick? Are you a Schoolboy? Are you even a J-Rock? Like there's reasons, you know, like no pun intended, but there's a reason that you were at the level of totem pole where you were on TDE, and now you know he's been trying to get off for a minute, and so but regardless of what that relationship is, and that, you know, who's to say how you know, where that relationship stands either with TDE or with Absol. But to your point, if that at any point was your homie, you know what I mean? Or even if you don't consider him your homie anymore, but you have his well-being in mind, you know somebody that knows him. You know somebody that is his home, right? Or you know somebody that knows somebody that's his home. One way or another, if you don't want to reach out to him yourself, you know what I mean? Even like, let's say, you know, he was your boy at one point, but now y'all fell out. I bet I don't really want to, you know, have a conversation with him like that, right? But in a situation like this, if that's really on your mind, you know, and you have his well-being in mind, and you want him to get help, if you really feel like he needs to get help, if you're not going to reach out to him, reach out to somebody else that can reach out to him.
Hello.
Right? Or reach out to several people that can reach out to him. You know what I mean? Maybe you know, you do it from a distance, but like if you really feel that way, like you're going on Twitter, you're going to say something on Twitter when you have a first or second degree level of separation from the man. Like Twitter's not the place to air this out. Twitter's not the place to, you know, it seemed super performative to me. Like, oh, you know, like I'm good enough to care about him, even though we're not seeing eye to eye and we have some beef. That's what it seemed like to me. You know what I mean? If you really, really cared about bro, reach out. And if you don't want to reach out to somebody that can reach out. You know what I mean? There's that level that you're that close knit to where it didn't have to be posted on Twitter for the world to see. You know what I mean?
It's like, and
here's more self-serving than anything.
And here's the thing that people in that position who do the tweeting in that regard, people like Reason don't consider. Absol has a situation. He takes a tumble on camera for whatever reason that might be. The fact is, it's on camera for the world to see. If your peers don't speak on it, if Joe Public, we're Joe Public. If we speak on it, that is our role in this. We are the consumer of content, right? So if we talk about it, we tweet about it, that is our role in this game. If your peers get to talking about it and they're not saying, yo, like what Mickey Fax said, yo, it happens sometimes. Whoop-de-whoop. If you're like a Reason and you get to talking about it, you're now giving it light in a way that it shouldn't be given light. You're supposed to be holding him down in that moment. And if you don't jack, bro, you don't rock with bro, don't hit send. Because no one, you know what wasn't happening? No one was looking around wondering what Reason has to say about Absol's situation.
Right.
If you're a peer of his and you're not holding him up, if you're saying anything that's not holding him up and you're saying it publicly, you're adding more light to the situation. And when I say light, you're green lighting the Joe Publics to go in even more. Because you're not dousing the fire. Mickey Fax had no reason to say anything, but he doused the fire as best he could. Reason being a former TDE artist, all he did was spawn a whole sub-conversation about this. And got played again. And it's like, how many times is the Reason going to get on here? And it's like, at this point, you just want the attention? And even if it's people calling you corny. And it's like, the thing is, in this world, in this particular version of the simulation, as I like to call it, you can't shake corny. Once people call you corny or they call you a goofy, you can't shake that. That's what they're going to say. Oh, you can put out a fire song right now. They're going to say, oh, that song is fire. Who is that? Reason? And then the first thing they're going to think of is, oh, he did that corny shit that one time. So it's like, you know how hard it is to shake corny?
Right.
You can't do that to people, bro. Like, this is why, and the thing is, if Reason was really that good, and I hate to be this guy. If Reason was really that good, considering TD's history and the fact that they put in the machine behind Rayvon, who, if you look at the black hippie guys and then Rayvon is nowhere near the level of any of the black hippies.
Right.
But he put them out. We see what's happening on the lady side with TDE. Those ladies get put out. If you were fighting for your life on TDE Reason, it's because they probably thought you, or they came to the conclusion that you're not as good as they thought you were.
Right.
So maybe you need to start a podcast.
Oof.
You know, maybe. Because if you're looking for attention, the best way to get attention in this medium right now as a former rapper is to start a podcast. Because obviously the music wasn't enough. If the music was enough, TDE would have put the machine behind you, bro.
For sure.
I'm disappointed in that. Be like you trying to like clown, bro. To me, if I'm asked, so I feel like you're trying to clown me. And then why would you put my information if I do have a habit? What you putting that out there for? Yeah. You got everybody number.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Ohio player, when it comes to Isaiah Rashad, now we all know why he got shelved. Let's not do the whataboutisms here. We all read the internet. We all listen to interviews. We know exactly what happened with Isaiah Rashad. Yeah. So don't play that apples to oranges vibes. You know what I mean? But I think we can leave it right here. So this was a calm pod. You and I cooked up like we normally do. You know, everybody who's still here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe option. We need 500 likes on each and every video. We're on our road to 30K subs. We're approaching 25.5. I think we got 25.45 right now. So run those subscribers. Like right now, we're about 40% of our viewers, regardless of the number, about 40% of our viewers are not subscribed. Y'all tune in religiously, but a lot of y'all have yet to hit the subscribe option. It's very free. Do that for us. Run it up. You know what I mean?
Do that.
Dwayne Scarborough is asking this before we get to the super chats. I'll let you answer that one, Sam.
Why y'all poll ain't asking what's better, SSSFY or let God sort them out? What's SSSFY? Okay. Somebody let me know in the chat, please.
Yeah, please. In the meantime, in between time, you know what I mean? Mr. Ohio player saying they all complain about being shelved. Yeah, they all complain about being shelved, but Isaiah Rashad had a situation that kind of complicated matters over there. I get the sense, I'm recklessly speculating, but his situation seemed like it had more to do with him personally than his music. But I digress.
I have no idea what he's referring to.
We got a couple super chats to get to. Shout out to everybody who donates their hard-earned money to the Rap Roundtable.
Somebody decipher for that. Decipher that for me, please.
The homie Philosophical. Just because y'all my guys. Much love, bro.
Oh, some sexy songs for you? Come on, man.
That's how you know. This is not even in the rap. This is not even in our lexicon. Like we don't even think about that. You know what I mean?
But also, who
he troll it.
But who makes that acronym? Who uses that acronym? Nobody.
He does.
What are you talking about?
He does. I handed you the grenade. I just want you to know that.
Oh, Jesus.
T-Mac with a $10 hollow just for the love. Much love. The homie Ziggy, $10 love says, love Absol and his work, but seeing him like that was tough indeed. Couldn't even finish the video. The response was no better, but the bounce back is on. Reason a sucker for that tweet. If I'm costing that, bro, I'll let him run that back. We give him another chance.
Yeah, for real.
Down with Dixie, $20 holla says there's no hype around Drake's music anymore. So only thing left to pay attention to is the actual music, and it's not substantial enough on its own to hold anyone's attention. Not even an OV host. That's a bar. And I wanted to highlight this, not a super chat, but the homie Drake 7. We always have our little disagreements and shit. But I like him because he don't take it personally. He understands that we just gonna disagree sometimes. But this here, it got me to thinking about something. He says, "Man, you know what I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot of people as whole Avengers really having to go out their way to give Nas that backhanded compliment. I guess that's in the Rock Nation group chat. So I want to say something. I want to make something real clear. That's a fire comment first and foremost. Let's be clear. Why do Nas fans care what Jay-Z fans think? Fuck them. Like, you know, maybe I'm too competitive. But when our podcast run and we kick the back end of our competition on Mondays, the last thing I was thinking about was, I wonder what the niggas across the street fans is thinking about us right now. I didn't care. I did not care. I won, and if you with me, I cared about what you think. If you're a fan of the podcast, I cared about what you think. But the last thing I was thinking about was the fans of the ops. I didn't care. We won. So it's like, why do you need, I'm not saying you need validation, but why do you care about what most Jay-Z fans who talk more about Jay-Z's riches than his music, of course they're bothered by Nas getting wins like that. We know that. We know that type of Jay-Z fan. First of all, why are you talking to them? Second of all, why do their opinions matter? Is it that they just want to see them squirm? Is that what it is, Sid?
I mean, I get. Look, it's low key shocking to me that in 2025 it's going to be 25 years next year. I mean,
they got to do an album for the 25-year anniversary.
That would be amazing. But we're approaching a quarter century of this intertwinement of the two, and it doesn't seem to be loosening at any point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, for as much as we try to hear, and you know, early on in the earlier days of our podcast, naturally, you know, Jarv and I would go back and forth about, you know, Nas versus Jay-Z and everything, because it's fun. And then there was honestly like a lot we had to get off our chest. We had to get it out of our system after all those years. And now we had microphones in front of us, we had cameras in front of us, and we was like, oh, we gonna do this. You know what I mean? But we got it out of our system. And you don't see that happening anymore between the two of us. Like, we have more important things to talk about in hip hop today. It doesn't seem like I would just think that the majority of fans out there would have already gotten it out of their system, and that the media would have been gotten it out of their system. You know what I mean? But for this casino thing to happen, and like legitimate media platforms and publications are spinning it as if there's still a battle going on, it's almost shocking to me that they haven't gotten it out of their system, and they won't let it go. Like, let those two people be their own persons. Let them be separately. They don't always have to be intertwined. You don't have to mention one when you mention the other. Like, quarter century, bro. Like, it's enough. It's enough already.
You're right. Dre 7 says it's not about just Jay fans. It's simply Jay got gatekeepers in high places, Joe Budden, Elliott Wilson, so on and so forth. You're right. You're 100% right. Well, fuck them. Like Nas, it ain't stopping nothing Nas got going on. Now, I'm not saying F them, like that's my opinion personally. What I'm saying is Nas, it's not stopping Nas from doing anything. It's not stopping Nas fans from waving the Nas towel and saying our guy's that guy. It's not stopping shit. You know what I mean? It don't matter. That's the reality of the situation. And I feel like more Nas fans need to take that approach. Stop being like, you know what? Stop thinking like the underdog. And start thinking like the favorite. Because y'all been controlling this shit for a few years now. Stick your chest out and wave your fucking flag. Stop complaining about all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Wave the flag and say, our guy did this, and this, and we don't need you to talk about it, because we're here and we're going to make sure it's heard about regardless. Did it stop Nas from his casino vibe? Did it stop Nas from his cryptocurrency deals? Is it stopping anything Nas is doing? Is it stopping Master Pill Records from putting out all of these artists? What is it stopping? It's not stopping anything.
The Ring doorbell shit. You got that. He's got the Painful Foundation. Like, it's not stopping anything.
It's not stopping nothing, bro. And that's the bigger picture. If Jay was doing things to stop people's pockets, then we could have a conversation. But he's not stopping shit. If Jay wants these people to massage his ego on them platforms, I don't got the paper spread to argue about that. But if he got the bread to do it, that's above my pay grade. But Nas is doing Nas things, and that should be the focus. Y'all, as fans, need to keep doing what you've been doing. Keep it, wave the flag and dominate the shit. We got another super chat. We just about to leave. LT at the buzzer, shout out. Ja put out Wonderful and New York on a Rule album in 2004, year after the battle with 50. But hit, I don't know what that means. But it was over for him.
Hit, but it was over.
Oh, they hit. Okay, but it was over for him with new albums. It might be the same direction for Drake with Nokia and What Did I Miss? He might be Ja Rule. I don't think so. And the internet, if Ja Rule had the internet the way Nas had the internet, I mean, the way Drake had the internet, I think he wouldn't have faded so hard. But because there was no internet, so there was no fan base that had a platform to get their opinions off and fight back for Ja Rule, it made it easier for the overarching point to be fact. As long as there's an internet and there's Drake fans, it'll never be a full Ja Rule situation. Double back. You know what? We did 2 pods and we ain't talk about this shit. The new Mob singles, bro. My bad.
We talked about the first one. We talked about the first one.
We did.
But the new one, Taj Mahal, bro. I had that shit on repeat the whole weekend. Like this shit, I tweeted about it, like this shit almost brings a tear to my eye. Like to hear, because I was apprehensive. You know, posthumous projects, you know, they have a tendency to not really live up to the hype or like not really deliver in a organic sort of natural way. But with Havoc, Alchemist, and P, and you know the P material that they're using, bro, man, the way it sounds like they're all really in the studio together, like, oh my god, like Taj Mahal, to me, you could honestly put that on any Mobb Deep album when P was here. And that shit would have been like a fucking banger. I fucking love that song. The beat is crazy. P's hook / verse is crazy. Havoc, you know, he does this thing. But it just all sounds so cohesive to me. I don't know how they're conjuring the spirit of P into these songs the way that they are. You know, because again, it's not just the material, it's not just the vocals. It's like you really gotta mold the shit to make it feel like pause. But you gotta mold it like it's like he's really there. And when I hear that song, I'm telling you, like it feels like P is still here with us. Damn near brings a tear to my eye, man. I love it. I love that song so much, and I'm so excited for this project now. Because this is easily on Mass Appeal. This is easily the one that I'm most excited about.
The more we hear about it, the more I'm beginning to be in lockstep with you. But beyond the music, because it's delivered, it's making me wonder, like, what the hell? Like, what vault did Havoc find these vocals? Was it a lost hard drive? Was it something with some stems you couldn't find somewhere in the attic in one of your old cribs? Like, why were you sitting on this music for so long? Or was it a situation where you were waiting for the right label situation to put it out, or technology to catch up to where you could clean up P's vocals? Is this some kind of AI? I'm not putting that out there as far as a charge, but I'm just wondering. Because it's like, why would you sit on this? Because we haven't had a new Mob album in years. It's been a minute, son. So it's like, did you find it? Have you been sitting on it? Is it a thing where you just wanted to make sure they got treated correctly with the right label? Whenever he does his next interview, I would love to know why he held on to this for so long. What was he waiting for? Or why is right now, if it was to come to the Rap Roundtable, we could ask him. Why is right now the right moment to put this music out? Because for this P, like, how old are these verses? Because P, before he passed away, rest in peace, it didn't sound like this. We gotta tell the truth. It didn't sound like this.
Yeah.
So I want to know.
I would put this like early to mid 2000s.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
right before the decline.
Yeah. HNIC era, Infamy era, that around that time.
When he still had it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. So if we could get the interview, I'm gonna call a friend to call a friend to call a friend to see, because we know some people,
Yeah, for sure.
can we get a couple minutes with Havoc? That we'd appreciate it, because I would love to know, where did you unearth
Alchemist.
these vocals?
That would be amazing. I mean, we
We
talked
got the
about it
same
on
friends.
the upcoming episode. You know what I mean? He was around my hood for a minute.
Oh yes. It would have been great if you knew, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But hey, man, we got tune into the lawn this Wednesday, an epic lawn from Sid the Rap Snob, something that y'all all can relate to. But we're leaving for real this time. Shout out to everybody who pulled up. Shout out to him. Him said that According to Hip Hop is better than us, and shit, maybe they were. Once upon a time, I can't argue that. Them niggas was cooking. But on September 29th, 2025, the Rap Round Table, reigning and defending, and still, whatever you want to say. So Sid the Rap Snob, take us home.
Yo, for Jaw the Point Guard, I'm Sincere the Rap Snob. Shouts to Mace, shouts to Dean. They had to, handle some business. We need 500 likes on this and every video. We need you to get the subscribers up. We need comments. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their mama. It's the Rap Round Table, the illustrious, the one and only, the best out there, the best in New York, the best everywhere. You know what I mean? Wherever you at, we're the best there too. All right? Rap Round Table, we out of here.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. See y'all on Wednesday. Make sure y'all keep